Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Princess of Cups. You're someone with an intense imagination. I feel like you are having a lot more dreams lately, a lot more desires, a lot more curiosity, a lot more feelings, like you feel attracted to a lot more things in life. You want more things. Other things make you feel good and you want more of them, right? And I don't feel like you always had this energy. I feel like for a long portion of your life, maybe you sort of denied yourself the feelings. That you kind of, maybe in typical Capricorn fashion, you just said, my feelings don't matter. I've got to work hard. I've got to do the right thing. I've got to climb the mountain, right? I think you're starting to accept that the way you feel is a very valuable thing, and it's worth paying attention to it. And I think you have been having more vivid dreams lately. And Spirit wants you to write them down. Look at them. Accept them as part of you and try to understand the message. Don't necessarily, we don't have to figure out literally what the dream is saying, but like, what does the general theme seem to be about it, you know? What have your feelings really been telling you lately? Let's put this card into some context. Now let's see what we can see. We've got a 4 of Swords. There's your Capricorn energy. There is that goat, that devil card inside of you, right? You got the 8 of Wands. We've got the Moon card. And we have a Queen of Swords. So I feel like rather than just impulsively reacting to our feelings, right? The Princess of Cups is water and earth, right? It's kind of like, I've got a feeling and I just react to it no matter what, good or bad, I'm reacting to it. It is dictating my behavior, right? Well, instead of that, we're trying to say, okay, let me look. Let me observe those feelings. Let me try to understand where they're coming from and what they're telling me. Okay. Over here we have the 6 of Swords. The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Cups, oh yes. And Transformation, the Death card. Very cool. I feel like this is you having all these like different feelings, like really new feelings, right, coming to the surface through dreams, through fantasies, through just like you find yourself desiring different things, you know. And instead of just letting it happen or outright denying them and trying to ignore them, I think we're trying to accept them as part of us and really look at them and think, okay, why am I feeling this way? You know, why do I feel this sort of emotional impulse to go this way or that way or whatever it is? Why am I having these kinds of feelings now? What are they really trying to tell me? Okay, and that's the work of the Queen of Swords, trying to rise above those emotions a little bit, not ignore them, not because ew feelings, right? But to say, okay, what's the bigger picture here? What are they really trying to talk to me about? What is their real message? Okay. And if we can do this, and if we can accept those feelings, not reject them or shun them, and certainly not follow them blindly, then I think we can get the clarity and the purity. We can understand in a real way what those those dreams, those fantasies, those emotions, right? What our imagination, let's say, what the Princess of Cups is really trying to tell us, we'll have clarity, and we'll understand the purity of what it really wants. The Queen of Swords is trying to talk to the Princess of Cups and say, why are you having all of these feelings? You know, it's not about that particular feeling or that particular desire, but go beyond that. Go to the very root, the very source of those feelings. What is it that your heart is desiring that might be trying to express itself in these various feelings and wishes and dreams and hopes and aspirations and fantasies and things like this, right? This is the root. This is the core of all of that. And so I feel like we're really penetrating beyond just the image expression of these feelings and getting to the real clarity and purity to find out what our soul is trying to tell us. And that way we know how to move forward. Okay, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Now, as we look around the room, we see three major arcana cards. We see the Devil, Death, and we see the Moon. These are, what would be very scary cards, right? To the uninitiated, they may think, ooh, the Devil, ooh, Death, and ooh, the scary, dark, scary forest of the Moon card, the world of dreams and shadows and all the unwanted, all the taboo things, all of the fears. This is everything that could possibly exist in the dark, right? And this is kind of right above you right now. Maybe you've been having just a lot more fear, a lot more nightmares, vivid dreams, right? You've been having perhaps a lot more fantasies and desires and a lot of these fluctuating feelings, a lot of new feelings coming up, right? Old feelings coming up. And we might be looking at them and thinking, I'm not supposed to be feeling these things. Like this is leading me in a direction that I don't know. I'm kind of scared to go in that direction, right? The Moon card, I think, is a very important card right now because it shows that we are willing to enter into that dark, scary forest of ourselves to try to find the answer. Your soul is trying to get you to go in a particular direction, trying to show you what things to leave behind in life and what things to open up to, how you are transforming, how you are growing, how you are evolving and maturing through the death energy, right? And of course, underneath everything is the Devil card. And the Devil is, the one that is kind of has that motivation. The Devil is the energy of the car. It's the engine itself, right? And it can take you into this dark, scary forest of yourself, right? Of your own soul, your own psyche, in order to try to get to the deeper understanding. Okay, and that's what we've got right here. We've got a mind, Four of Swords, a mind that is, in some sense, not seeking the answers. It kind of says, like, I don't know the answer, and I guess I just have to be okay with that, right? It's a 4. It's a temporary position of, I'm just gonna accept things the way they are, The 4 is a truce. For now, I'm not asking questions. I'm not satisfied with my level of understanding, but maybe I don't know what questions to ask. Maybe I don't know how to talk about this thing or talk to this person or talk to myself or interact with this energy. It's kind of like, for now, I'm done seeking answers, but I'm not satisfied with my level of understanding, right? And then, of course, with the Princess of Cups, it's saying I have a lot of these feelings and they're pushing me in different directions and I don't know what that means. Okay, and so we have water and air here. This is, of course, the Queen of Swords. It is also water and air. This is also us understanding, finding a higher wisdom and understanding about what we feel. Okay, and to do that, we have to detach from those feelings a little bit so we can see them somewhat objectively, right? So this is also a card of clarity. This is a card that's stepping back, getting that bird's eye view of something in order to understand it better, in order to attain some level of clarity. Okay, so we've got water and air here. Of course, you have water and air over here too, and that's exactly what we're looking for: purity of heart, clarity of mind. So we start here with water and air. We go through this. This is the before, this is the method, this is the result. You see? So we're starting out with this, just a lot of these different feelings, and I don't know what to make of them. My soul's trying to tell me something, but I just don't know what. Okay, well, we're going to take a deeper look at that, and we're going to step back, get the bird's eye view. We're going to listen to our feelings, and as a result, we're going to achieve the clarity, the purity. Okay, we're going to get to the bottom of how we're feeling, and we're going to understand what your soul and spirit are trying to tell you how to move forward. Okay, so we have a little bit of fire. Of course, we have our water and our water. We've got our air, air, and air. We don't have any earth cards, right? And I think that's important to note, because it's not really about what you're doing. What matters is how you think and feel about what you're doing. Okay, so to me, these cards are saying, this is my life. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure kind of what I think. I don't know really what my beliefs or values are right now. And so we kind of feel like we maybe are a little lost. Okay, we know we want something, but I don't really know what. I know I'm feeling a lot of feelings. I don't really know what they're trying to tell me. Okay. And if we're going to try to just avoid that and keep on trucking, then that's going to be, and that certainly is a choice, right? The devil energy underneath here is your ability to climb the mountain. This is the engine in you. This is that driving force, that motivation. We're going to climb the mountain. Any mountain that you put in front of the goat, it's going to climb. Any ladder up against any building, and the devil card, that energy, is going to climb the ladder. Okay? And so you have this energy in you, and sometimes we just put the blinders on, we climb the ladder because that's the ladder we're on. Sometimes we're climbing the mountain, we're going to get to the top because that's the mountain we're on. So I think your soul is kind of asking right now, like, why are we climbing this mountain? Why am I suddenly, all these thoughts and feelings are getting stirred up about this mountain that I'm on? What if, like Joseph Campbell says, we're going to spend our entire life climbing a ladder only to get to the top and realize we put it against the wrong building? Okay, so we have to ask, why are we continuing to do what we're doing with such endurance? Is it because this is really what our soul is confirming? Is this really resonating with us? Does this feel like our destiny? Does this feel like this is the path we're supposed to take? Or is this a creative drive? Or do we maybe that's just, I don't know. Why do we keep living this particular version of our lives? Maybe the princess and the Four of Swords are saying, I don't know, I haven't really thought about it. The goat, right? The devil energy just keeps doing it. Because perhaps to ask the question is to realize that there's this whole dark, scary forest looming above us. Well, why am I climbing this particular mountain? I don't know. Just because I'm scared of going and looking for another mountain. Because I don't know what else is out there. Because at least the mountain I'm on now, I can see the summit. I kind of know where it's headed. But we're looking up at this moon energy and we're realizing that this is unknown. This is a dark, scary forest. I'm climbing the mountain I'm climbing because it's familiar. Because I know it. It's predictable. Because I'm already here. Why are you climbing it? Because I'm climbing it. Because I don't know. The alternative is to admit that we don't really know where we're supposed to go. If I admit that I have this maybe confusion, maybe I'm having these thoughts and feelings, if I admit these, it's the same as admitting that I'm kind of lost. I don't know the answer. I don't know the right way. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I convinced myself that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because the alternative is feeling lost, feeling like I'm in the middle. I'm lost in a dark, scary forest. Okay? And so this is always We're always kind of reluctant to embrace the uncertainty. And so sometimes we, as human beings, all of us, we cling to things that are familiar. We cling to the path that we've been on just because we've been on it and we know it. It's relatively familiar. Okay, so we get a little comfortable there. And that kind of is also echoed in this Eight of Wands in the background. Because the Eight of Wands is kind of like there was a time in your life where you didn't know which direction to go. And this could be a lot of anxiety, because this is like every path, right? We have all these different arrows, these different bolts of lightning. Every option seems like a perfectly viable option. And so we're kind of stuck in the middle with all these choices. And if we don't just pick something and stick with it and go, if we don't pick a mountain, right, we're going to be just kind of stuck in the middle, and eventually that's going to turn into a moon card anyway. It's going to turn into that sort of fear of uncertainty, that anxiety, that feeling like we're lost. So this is telling me that instead of reaching that kind of critical point of like, okay, I'm admitting that I'm totally lost in life, or that I don't know what I want, or that I want things I'm not supposed to have, or I want things that I'm not supposed to want. And instead of dealing with that anxiety, perhaps of wanting things, but there's some sort of internal conflict that I shouldn't want them, or I'm not supposed to have them, or having that anxiety of like not being able to have the solid path, right? That we just we pick something and we stick with it. It's like a kid who's going to university. They don't know what major they're going to choose, right? They know what they're supposed to choose, and they maybe want to choose art school, but their parents are like, no, you go to medical school, or you go to law school or something, right? So it's like they want something that they're not supposed to want. So they feel pressured to pick the thing that's going to just, kind of just make everything easier, at least in theory, right? At least it's going to make the parents happy or whatever, right? But then they realize that we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place no matter what we do. If we choose law school, right, that's kind of the easier path in terms of the pressure and kind of what I feel I'm supposed to do. But I'm going to be traveling the law school path, and there's always going to be this anxiety because it's not what I really want. But I'm not supposed to want what I really want. Whereas the other side, if we choose what we really do want, it's going to put us at odds with everyone else, everything else, or the parents, that sort of thing. So to me, it feels like the Eight of Wands is kind of an unwinnable situation. Now, what it seems to me between these two is that maybe we picked a path that was a little bit more so-called acceptable to some other belief system or some other energy. Maybe the mystery card's going to be the Hierophant card. I kind of want to peek, but I'm not going to. But I feel like what's going on right now is that you're realizing that this anxiety is not going to go away until you find the right alignment with your soul. Something inside of you is telling you that the mountain you're climbing now is not the one that you really, really, truly, deep down in your heart of hearts, that you really want. Okay? So we either ignore this and we just deal with that kind of uncomfortable feeling, but we keep climbing that same mountain, or we embrace this lunar energy and we embrace how we feel and we say, okay, I'm going to find out what I truly want in life, even if I'm not supposed to want it, even if I've been told that I shouldn't have it or I shouldn't want these things. This is, in a way, it kind of like the soul wants what the soul wants. And if we're out of alignment with that, if the ego and the true self are not in alignment, we're going to feel that Eight of Wands every day. Okay? The feeling like I should be doing something else other than what I'm doing. Yeah. And so, the only path is forward into the dark, scary forest, into the uncertainty, into that discovery. We're going in the dark, scary forest, and we're going to find our Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail is you realizing what it is that your soul really does truly want. Maybe we don't know exactly. It's not as black and white as I want to either go to law school or I want to go to art school. You know, the parents say law school, but my heart says art school. That'd be easy. Okay, well, I'm just going to go to art school then, and I'm going to deal with all the fear that's associated with that. Rather than kind of doing what everybody else is doing what my parents did, what they want me to do. And it seems like it's going to be an easier flow. I'm going to harmonize with the external world, but I'm not going to feel so harmonious inside. Whereas going this way is like, I'm going to try to harmonize with what's in here, even if it's going to put me out of harmony with the external world. And it feels like that is more the choice that's going on here than anything else. So the path of the dark, scary forest is you searching for your holy grail within, knowing that whatever you discover here may indeed put you at odds with the external world. It may put you out of harmony with your friends, your family, your culture, your ancestry, your history, the world around you. Okay? Because you're following your heart, your unique path. Of course, we need the Queen of Swords to sort of rise up and see all of this, to look at this bigger picture and say, okay, I mean, I know that if I keep following this path, I'm going to continue to run into, you know, this kind of issue until I'm able to really look at it and accept how I feel and have that dialogue and search within. Okay, to find out, you know, what this ace, because this is in the difficult position. Right? This position of the reading, this is the fear, the worry, the concern. The fear is we're not following our heart here. The concern is that we're out of alignment with our true selves. We're not feeling the purity and the clarity when we're over here. We're feeling a little confused. We're feeling mixed feelings. We're feeling anxiety. Something inside of you is saying, wait a minute. Are you sure this is the path for you? Are you sure this is what you want to be doing? We need this almost detached, objective assessment of things. Okay, this is the way forward for you, is to try to step away and look at those feelings and thoughts and that anxiety, you know, because we have fire, water, and air right here, right? So we're looking at all of that and thinking, okay, what is this saying to you? Regardless of what we are afraid of, regardless of the path that we've already been traveling, what is this saying to you? And guess what that's going to give you? Six of Swords. Harmony, clarity, a plan, right? It's your general energy. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. The Six of Swords is a card of that, you know, that harmony. It's understanding the bigger picture. We're seeing the map. We're seeing, we're getting the understanding. We're seeing how all the pieces are fitting together. To me, this is an internal clarity. To me, this is us realizing the divine plan for our lives, right? And this is a lot different than a Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is kind of saying, okay, I'm just gonna follow the instructions because I can't think of a better way right now. Okay, or I'm tired of fighting, or I'm tired of arguing, or I'm tired of the friction, the resistance, and the discord. This is an enlightened moment, right? This is kind of saying, like, I know who I am and I know why I'm here. I can see the path laid out before me. I know how to get out of that dark, scary forest now, right? We're seeing the road that is our very own road. No one else can see that road but us, okay? But we're realizing that we have to go into this dark, scary forest of uncertainty, of fear, of taboo, of being kind of willing to be outcast a little bit, right? And it may seem like a dark, scary forest, but once we get there, once we bring the light of our own consciousness here, we're going to see it for what it really is. We're going to see that there really is a path here. No one else can see it but us. It's our path, okay? And that is how we kind of making the transition over to the Six of Swords. And we're going to get that clarity, and we're going to understand how to navigate this. And in some ways, this card is about having a dialogue with your soul, right? It's Mercury in Aquarius. It's like we're having an enlightened conversation with the star inside of us, right? And we're kind of like, we're saying, okay, well, what are you trying to tell me? and we're having a conversation, and one that we're sort of, we're enlightened by, right? And kind of in that very kind of general way, that it is a very enlightening conversation with ourselves. And we're seeing what the reason is. Like we're open to, it's a gnosis. We're open to that self-gnosis, right? And of course, in our environment, we have an Ace of Swords. We have clarity about our relationships. Okay? I think that this really is you receiving a divine download. This is the antenna on top of your head that's receiving all of this information. And if our heart and our mind are resistant to this, this is the light from the star, right? This is literally starlight coming into your antenna, right? Coming into your soul through the crown chakra. If we're resistant to this, then we're going to end up still here, doing the same old thing, and we're going to be here. We say, I just don't understand the light that's coming in. We're receiving, and what this light does, it's trying to wake us up, but right now it's just causing this kind of internal dissonance. This internal dissonance, right? Because we're being blocked by fear. Now, if we can embrace that a little bit and recognize that and rise up above that a little bit, then we're able to get in touch with this starlight. Again, Mercury in Aquarius. Aquarius is the star card. This is the starlight coming in, trying to tell you something. If we're open to it and we accept it and we don't offer any resistance, then we're going to be able to, that light is going to come in. It's going to hit us right in the heart chakra as well. Our mind will be clear, our heart will be pure, and we'll know what this Holy Grail is, and we'll understand what Spirit has been trying to tell us, what the star has been trying to tell us. Maybe the mystery card will be the star. Because that starlight is trying to inform us about our destiny, trying to show us the true path, trying to bring us that fated message that says, this is what you're supposed to do with your life right now. This is what your heart really wants and really feels. You got to follow your heart. Your deepest spiritual heart, not just your whims, not just the fluctuating emotions. Oh, I want ice cream right now. Oh, I want to take a nap right now, right? Follow your true heart that is trying to communicate with you through these more basic moment-to-moment desires. This is the image of what is in here, see? This is just the outward manifestation of something deeper in you. And it's going to lead to a complete transformation of your life. Death card. The death card at the end is about you letting things go, facing your fear, embracing what's coming next. Some things have to be removed in order for the new things to grow. Okay? We're preparing the soil for this. Okay? So I think that this is really kicking off a longer cycle for you, one of a larger transformation. Okay, where you are aligning yourself with your true self, with Source, with your spiritual heart and your spiritual mind. Okay, rather than your human heart and your human mind, right? With these two, and it's a longer process. Okay, once we connect with Source in our heart and our mind, what these two cards are talking about. Once we connect to Source with our heart and our mind, then begins the process of transforming our life to be in harmony with that. It's one thing to kind of have that revelation, connect with Source. I know the plan, I know the information. Now we've got to do that kind of long process. This is the slow, steady change over the course of time. You don't snap your fingers and suddenly your life is now perfectly in line with your heart, your spiritual heart and mind, right? We have to do the work to transform things. Slowly but surely, taking down old structures, building up new structures in a way that is now coming from Source. It took a long time to build ourselves up the way we are today. It's going to take a long time to course correct in that way, right? I think this is a very good way to end the path of the serpent. Now let's look at the mystery card. This will be maybe an Ace of Wands, maybe a say. I think I'm kind of expecting fire, right? It could be the Tower, could be the Judgment card, but it could be the Hierophant as well. Let's see what we've got. Four of Wands. Four of Wands to me feels like it is a card of cycles. It's talking about the completion of a cycle. This card is all about it's a welcome home and it's a bon voyage. Okay, so it's the completion of a cycle. The finish line is the starting line for the next phase. Okay, I think that this is really about a closure, right? This is about realizing that this is the beginning of a kind of a larger cycle for you, and for that larger cycle to begin, a smaller cycle has to end. This is the card of human timing. This is the card that says, things are supposed to happen on a certain time frame, and maybe because of everything that's going on inside of you right now, it's Spirit's way of saying, I don't care about your schedule. This is what's happening. This is how you feel now. So it may feel to you like something is incomplete and it's not time yet, right? Spirit's saying it is time. Okay? And we may disagree with that, but when it comes to divine timing, Spirit doesn't need our approval. Spirit doesn't even really need our participation. So we can't protest and say, no, I'm not ready. No, it's not time yet. Spirit's saying, no, it's time now for this to happen. Okay? I feel like this is also connected with our Four of Swords and our Eight of Wands. Because I feel that this is almost a celebration to me, kind of, especially when we look at this particular version of the card, and we see that it's more of a bon voyage, right? It kind of seems like we're heading out the door and we're looking back and we're being cheered on. We're setting off on this new journey, and I think that it's going to feel very, very good, right? And so if we're on a path right now, let's say we're climbing that ladder, we're climbing that mountain, we realize that it's not the mountain for us, we climb back down, and then we say, okay, you know what, I'm going to art school, right? I think you're going to be surprised at how much support you actually get. It's not as scary, changing your life, right? It sounds like it's a scary thing. And yeah, it is. It's uncertain. It's a big, dark, scary doorway in front of you. I think you're going to be very surprised at the level of support and how capable you are of making this transition. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. There's a link up top and there's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Capricorn Thursdays and Sundays. If you want to watch the extended readings on the website, go to doveandserpenttarot.com. Starting to do more blog posts and essays and stuff I'm going to start putting up there. You can also find me on Patreon, okay? Check out my wife's channel. She does tea leaf readings over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.